The sound you are hearing right now, is it a sound? Or is it just a vibration your mind invented to keep the silence from becoming unbearable? Look at the faces passing you by. They laugh, they scream, they mourn, but you have zero proof that there is anyone home behind those eyes. What if they are just projections, shadows that exist only when you look at them and dissolve into nothingness the moment you turn your back? Solipsism isn't just a theory, it's the ultimate psychological prison, a cell where you are the only inmate, the only guard, and the only architect. Today, we are stepping into the cold, absolute isolation of the only mind. If everything is in your head, what happens when you finally wake up? Think about how you perceive reality. It's a series of electrical signals translated by your brain. You don't see light, you process data. You don't feel heat, you interpret a neural response. If your brain is the one creating the color of the sky and the texture of the wind, then where does the world end and you begin? Philosophers like George Berkeley argued that to be is to be perceived. But solipsism takes a darker turn. It suggests that the world doesn't just need to be perceived to exist, it needs you to imagine it. Imagine walking through your childhood home. You feel the floorboards, you smell the dust. But the moment you walk out the front door, who is to say that house still exists? In the realm of the only mind, the universe behind your back is a literal vacuum. It is a stage that is dismantled the second you exit the scene. There is no objective world out there. There is only the private broadcast playing inside the theater of your skull. And the most terrifying part? You can't stop the show. You are the audience, the actor, and the empty seats all at once. Look at the person sitting across from you. Your mother, your best friend, a stranger on the bus. They look like you. They bleed like you. They claim to feel joy and pain just like you do. But how do you know? In philosophy, there is a concept called the philosophical zombie, a being that is physically identical to a human but lacks any internal conscious experience. They are complex biological machines. Input leads to output. They scream when hurt not because they feel pain, but because that is how they are programmed to react. If you are the only self in existence, then everyone you have ever loved is a ghost in the machine. A sophisticated simulation designed by your own mind to keep you from realizing the truth, that you are screaming into an infinite void, and the voices you hear responding are just your own echoes. You are not a person among people. You are a solitary flame in a room full of mirrors. The warmth you feel from others? It's just the heat of your own soul reflecting back at you. You have never met another soul. You have only ever met yourself wearing different masks. Think back to your most vivid dream. In that moment, the fear was real. The sunlight felt warm on your skin, the gravity held you down. Your mind constructed a physics engine so perfect that you didn't question it for a second. You were convinced it was reality. Until you woke up. But what if there is no up to wake up to? Solipsism suggests that life is simply the dream you haven't ended yet. It is a closed loop of consciousness that creates its own consistency to prevent the illusion from shattering. Your mind invents science, logic, and history just to give the dream a sense of permanence. If you can create an entire universe while you sleep for 8 hours, what makes you think you aren't doing the same thing right now? The only difference is the duration. We call it reality because the dream is shared with no one. You are the dreamer who has forgotten they are dreaming, trapped in a masterpiece of your own creation. But within this absolute isolation, something strange happens. The fear starts to dissolve, replaced by a cold, crystalline peace. If you are the only mind in existence, then you are the architect of every tragedy and every triumph. The world is no longer a chaotic force acting upon you, it is you. There's a terrifying freedom in knowing that nothing can truly hurt you. Death is no longer an end, but the closing of a chapter in a book you are writing. The weight of expectations, the judgment of others, the fear of failure, it all vanishes. Why be afraid of a shadow? Why seek approval from a reflection? This is the God complex of the solipsist. You are the center of the universe because you are the universe. But this peace comes at a heavy price. To be a god is to be eternally alone, to have no one to surprise you, no one to challenge you, and no one to truly love you back. It is the peace of a graveyard, beautiful, silent, and utterly empty. You will finish this video in a few seconds. You will put down your phone or close this tab. You will look around your room and you will tell yourself that this was just a thought experiment, that the walls are solid and the people in the next room are real. But as you go about your day, that small, cold voice in the back of your mind will remain. Every time you see a glitch in your peripheral vision, every time a stranger says something that feels too much like a thought you just had, you will wonder, are you the dreamer, or are you just a character in mine? Orbit is a space for those who aren't afraid to look into the void. Whether you are a real soul searching for answers, or a projection of my own consciousness keeping me company in this digital silence, I am grateful for this moment of shared existence. Thank you for being here, wherever here truly is. If you're still out there, leave a sign in the comments. I'll be waiting in the echo. Until the next stream.